Something I find so valuable is perspective. Two people can carry, the same weight. One calls it a burden, and the other one calls it a blessing. The circumstances of our lives, they don't determine the quality of our lives. Like the way that we view those things, the emotions that we attach to them, that's what determines the quality of our life. Two people can experience the exact same situation and have completely different emotional outcomes because of how they choose to interpret it. Think about, let's say you work for somebody and let's say you got a long work day. One person can see it as, well, proof that they're trapped. I got this job I got to go to every day. While maybe someone else sees it as proof that what they're capable or they're employed or even employable, or that they provide for their family. It's the same day, same hours, completely different perspective. Perspective doesn't deny reality, it just reframes it. When we start looking for opportunities instead of obstacles, we start looking for these lessons instead of the losses, and we look at growth instead of inconvenience, life just feels lighter, man. So just ask yourself, am I carrying a burden or am I carrying a blessing that I've just become too familiar with to appreciate?